welcome back to another episode of On the Couch. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to On the Couch. I am Johnny Supa here with
Danny Cardozo.
What's going on, everybody?
Beautiful. Now, back in the day when cell phones didn't exist, people were, I guess, addicted to maybe the TV, radio, even reading the newspaper. People were addicted to that. Now that social media came into play, we can't even sit on the couch without having that phone. Like, Johnny, where's your phone right now?
Right here.
Oh,
stuffed in the
Danny,
couch.
what about you?
I have it stuffed behind me.
Okay, so what about
no
if I asked you
distractions.
guys to put it in your office?
I think
I wouldn't do that just because after the show, I would have to get up, go there. That's time killer, you know?
it's just right here.
Saving time, it just...
All right, so boys, listen, there's something online right now called ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Now, what is that exactly for some of the viewers that actually have been living under a rock and don't know what that is?
So for us, it's Kathy.
Yeah, that's our assistant.
Our assistant. ChatGPT is
Or,
Kathy.
or our assistant's assistant.
Our assistant's assistant. Yeah, nah. Depends on who's using it. But ChatGPT is there, guys. It's a tool that if you're not using it, you're going to be way behind.
What is it exactly?
So why don't we talk about when we got introduced to it?
Go
How
ahead.
cool was that?
Yeah.
We were at a mortgage... what would you call that, Johnny?
Conference.
Is it a conference?
Well, we're at
It was like some sort of like maybe a one-day training
Okay. Yeah.
for mortgage agents, let's say, on how to build, marketing and sales and stuff like that. And they come out there and they bring up ChatGPT. We haven't even heard about it. This is January of last year, and we're like, this is pretty cool. We end up downloading it on our phones or whatever the case is. And I go to my wife that night and I'm like, today the world just changed. She's like, what do you mean the world just changed?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, what we learned today just changed the world. This might be the biggest game changer that the world have seen, probably in, I don't know, very, very long time.
It creates efficiency. Like what you would do in a whole week, creating an email sequence is done in seconds. And it was, I don't know, I was blown away when I first saw it. I thought I was pretty good at coming up with quick responses and emails.
Remember when we started introducing it to the team and we're like, Johnny versus ChatGPT, right?
We used to do that.
And Johnny thought he was actually smarter.
I am smarter. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
Have you guys done any research using ChatGPT?
Yes.
I do a lot of things with ChatGPT for sure. It is open all the time. Johnny actually uses it more than I do, I find.
I use it every day, all day.
It is a great base to anything you're doing.
If you learn how to use ChatGPT, it is very, very powerful because one, it could help you in your appearance virtually, right? So on your responses, like, see me, I'm not the best with grammar. I'm not the best with spelling. I'm not the best with. Sometimes my emotions can come off on an email, where ChatGPT just helps me become that better version of myself.
What I don't understand is how did they implement emotions? Because see, it'll give you something, and then you can say, you know what, say it in a sad way, and it actually does it. So my question is,
say it in a sad way.
Yeah.
Make it sound like a 4-year-old.
Yeah. So how about that, guys? How do people now trust the system if ChatGPT is here and they're spewing out information that sounds real, right? It sounds real. Now, is it all real?
I mean, what's the difference if me reading a book or the thesaurus or reading a dictionary or reading?
Well, that's because you have a source.
Yes.
ChatGPT, it doesn't give you the source. It just says, look, this is what it is.
No, but if I were to go out there right now, like when I was growing up and I had to find research, I'd have encyclopedias in my home. Yep. You grab the encyclopedias, you gather your information, and then you make your own thesis, right? Now,
what's an encyclopedia?
What is encyclopedia? They knocked on our door when we were like 8 years old, and they sold us a
Really?
whole
They tried
book
to
collection.
sell it?
It's an A to Z
Yeah.
mini library.
That was a huge sales job in the States. I don't even know about here, but in the States, that was huge. Selling encyclopedias.
Yeah, my dad bought the whole set. It was expensive back then. It was like $2,500 for the whole.
Britannica?
Yeah, Britannica. Yeah.
And now, would you say that that's our new ChatGPT?
100%. It's
But
it's
better,
taking.
but better.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
you
course.
take the encyclopedia and you take the internet and Google, and you mash them together, and that's what the information that Chat or Kathy is giving us. It's giving us real time. Well, it's not real time. We have to be careful how we say that, because I think the most recent update is 2022.
Yeah, I think it's behind a year, a year and a half.
So, but I mean, it's still relevant. It's depending on what you're looking for. It's not going to give you today's stats, but if it could, what's that? Today's stats?
ChatGPT is real time.
No, it's not.
No, it's not real time. It's actually a couple of years.
It's a couple years behind on stats. Like if
Really?
if you ask ChatGPT who won the Super Bowl in 2023, it won't know.
Wait a second. I heard.
Wait, I haven't asked that question, but I'm assuming.
Wait a
Should
second.
we ask that question?
No, listen. I think you should, because I heard when someone asks ChatGPT a question and then gives out an answer, it's like learning as it's saying it.
Oh, I believe that.
So I don't think it's 2 years behind.
It is. ChatGPT is not up to date. It won't have medical
checking
information
this out right
for
now.
most recent. It won't. Again, this is from my research, but we use it for different reasons. Like we're in a business of automation, artificial intelligence, however you want to call it. We like the automation of it. Like if you're creating a client journey, and that client journey is a representation of specific triggers or specific nurturing moments throughout a client's experience. When's it happening, and what's the email look like? Like what I would spend thousands of hours or thousands of dollars on finding the right person to do it, man, this thing does it in a minute. I'll give you an example.
Johnny?
Yeah.
It knew who won the Super Bowl in 2023.
Okay, well, so ask it. Like, but okay,
Johnny, I told
I'm
you.
wrong, but it's not. I'm sure. I'm almost
It is.
positive.
It is behind for sure. Maybe it's gotten better since they first
Launched
started
it,
it.
yeah.
But I
launched
see what
it.
Johnny's saying. You're
Because
talking
I know
about,
when
like scientific stuff, perhaps.
Yeah, it's not 100% up to date. It's not now. If you do the research, I've been using this a lot. Some stuff it doesn't know.
So
So I want to give you an example.
Tell me.
I was at dinner with my sister, and she's got a pretty big position at her company, and I was like, watch this thing work. I'm like, Liz, ask it a question. She's like, okay, create the process for XYZ for my company. Boom, a whole playbook in minutes, and then you can say, okay, now make this me. I am the so and so. Like this is my position. This is who I am. I have this many administrative. Like put all the information in. Boom, it respit the whole thing out. What would take her maybe 6-7 months to create, it did it in 35 seconds.
So guys, there's a client of mine that has a memoir out, okay? And this memoir, I think, is around 200 pages. It's very, very extensive. Her whole entire life. I copied and pasted it into ChatGPT and said, dumb this down to someone that doesn't know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, in a matter of 15 seconds, it worded out something that I would absolutely never know how to do. How in the world are we going to compete with this? Like, are you guys afraid
can't.
that your jobs might be in question now?
So
No.
we talk about this a lot, and a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that might be the problem. But I want to bring back in the 1980s when the internet first came out, or computers first came out, and everyone's like, oh, this is going to ruin a lot of people's jobs. And you're right, it did take away from a lot of people's jobs,
But
it also created so much more.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the same factor here. Yes, it's going to get rid of a lot of people's job, especially in the creativity, field, but it's going to create more jobs in other fields that we don't even know about yet.
But it can make you better. It makes you better. If you can take an email, like you said, or a memoir, and like, okay, dissect this for me, make me understand it because it's confusing to me, it will give it to you in a way that makes you understand. Or it's like, okay, I need a good response for this email because this is the thread, this is the correspondence that I'm dealing with. What do I say to this? Like, how do I come off to win this, whatever it is that you're trying to do? And man, oh man, it'll blow you away.
What about for social media?
It's powerful.
You can go on there and create content for the next month.
Mm-hmm.
And what type of content you're looking for, and so on and so on. And then you can grab that content. Let's say today I'm talking about first-time home buyers. I can grab, create a social for that
Post.
Yep. And then you'll be like, you know what? I want to create a blog based on this post. Create me a blog, right? So now you have a blog
Have you
based
tried
on. But
It works?
oh yeah, 100%. And then you grab that blog and you'd be like, you know what? Create a script so I could post it on YouTube. Now you just talked about the same post, you put it in a blog, and then right after you put it on YouTube,
Which is trending.
which is just like,
But think about that for a second. People are like, "Oh, it's taking away jobs." Yes, but if you're a business owner like ourselves, and what you would spend $100 a month on Fiverr or on Upwork to pay for an assistant, you now have it next to you.
Do you think that this also helps us in regards to the legal aspect of things? Sometimes when we have a legal issue and we need to contact a lawyer or an accountant or attorney,
well, that comes down
lawyers, but
yeah, but that comes down to, again, research and how it could help you. But it tells you, listen, don't take my advice, sort of. It's just, but yeah, here are.
It does have its disclaimer right away. It says, "I'm not a legal representative." It says what it says. But if somebody's sending you something and you need to understand it, like you're saying, dissect what the message is, it'll do it for you. It'll tell you exactly how to respond, what to do, what to say. I'm sorry. I think it's where we need to be.
And it's making us move so much faster.
Yes.
Like
for
the
people
world.
to embrace that.
Well,
speed.
I mean, the world itself, where we're at today and where we're going to be at in 10 years just because of ChatGPT first starting this is going to be incredible.
Yeah, and
Like,
if you're not on it, get on it. If you're in any position, doesn't matter what your job is, get on it. I'm telling you guys, go out there, create an account, play with it. It'll change the way you do your business. From you spending 30 seconds to think, it'll do it for you, man. It's incredible.
Do you know who actually sued ChatGPT? You know Rosetta Stone, the one that does the languages? You learn languages
Yeah.
from Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, she's been
They're
around.
actually suing ChatGPT because ChatGPT is better at teaching you another language.
Get out of here. I've never tried that yet.
It is
haven't tried
absolutely
other
spectacular
languages,
because what you can tell ChatGPT is, say, I want to learn Cantonese, but please go slow with me because I don't understand it. I speak English. And it will baby step you on how to properly speak. And then it'll break it up into weeks.
that's what I'm saying. It's
amazing.
like you can just keep telling it to do stuff and making it better. When I was in Portugal over the summer, I went to go visit a city, and I've been there many times. I didn't really need ChatGPT, but I was bringing some family over that was also visiting from here in Canada. So I'm like, we only have a full day. Create me a schedule of, popular places to tour in the city of Porto.
Yeah.
In seconds, it gave me 10 different places. Spend this much time there so that you don't miss this.
Yep.
The walking distance from there to there, it's that much time. It was incredible.
But think about it, guys. Like, I would take a question and put it into Google, and then I would go from link to link to link to link. I don't have to do that anymore. I just ask the question. It gives me the answers, and I'm like, and then it's like, okay, no, not this. Can you change it like this? And then you just dial it down, and it's okay, perfect, and you can copy paste and move on with your day. Like, it's perfect.
But so just so people know, so I know people are going to run out and get ChatGPT. Let's put a disclaimer here. Are you guys talking about the paid version or the free version?
Both.
Because the free version is just text. The paid version, you can do more. You can do like
So I have
graphics and all
I use the paid version, and I don't feel like I know everything about.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm still using the free version. It's more than enough for me. I don't need to make things complicated yet, but I can't wait to, and I don't know if it is available, but when it's voice activated, when I can talk to it, that's when I think it's going to be the game changer. Like when I can actually voice text.
Instead of typing out the
Instead
prompts.
of typing out what I'm looking for.
Oh, I see. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's like having a personal
Assistant.
literally a personal, real smart assistant.
Yes.
So
That's going to come.
It is going to come.
That's gonna come.
I mean, it's also scary when we start talking about voice and stuff. You're starting to hear about a lot of scams where, ChatGPT picking up someone's voice. My wife's aunts, both of them, have had people call them saying that they're their godchildren, that they're in jail right now, that they need their help. Can you please send me money for bail? And they're like, honestly, it sounded exactly like them. Like I would have fallen for them if I wasn't on my A game when I answered that phone. It's crazy, and it's literally it's a voiceover for sure.
Yeah, crime's going to follow everything, though. It doesn't matter
are you
what.
guys afraid of that though? Like, what about I bet you there's a system currently right now that they can mimic your voice. Your
Yeah,
voice.
I know 100% there is.
So how now? How do
And
we
you know
combat
what
that?
worries me is like your banking institution. When you call in your bank, they now use your voice to recognize that it's you to make sure that they're talking to the right person. I wonder if they're going to start taking that away very shortly.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I try to keep everything. I'm so old school. I don't even have banking on my phone. I'm so old school. It's crazy.
That's a different beast all in its own.
Yes,
Uh,
another conversation for another day.
And before we end this episode, Johnny, what's that actually behind you? I think we need to definitely talk about what's behind you.
Oh boy, this is us. I can't explain it any better than that. This painting behind us is a great friend of Danny's, Anthony Ricciardi. The guy's a world-renowned artist. I can't really turn my head because I have a sore back, but
it's very
so
complicated. It looks like.
I'll give a quick intro to it. What's that, Danny? What we talk about in our office is the journey to success, and we map out our blueprint. And when Anthony met with us, we chatted about the painting and the vision, and we talked about blueprint. I think the word blueprint came up multiple times, and then I think it just clicked in
We
Anthony's
started
head.
talking about the journey that we've put together, and the steps that we've been building and trying to reach certain goals. And he just sat there and he's like, "Okay, I've got it. I know exactly what we need
Yeah.
to do," and we love what he put together here.
Yeah. So a lot of the sayings or the quotes that are on there are things that Danny and I preach every day, like persistence overcomes resistance. Procrastination is the assassination of motivation. Choose your heart. Hard now, easy later. Easy now, hard later. Like all these things that we say, like there's no such thing as can't. There's so many. There's tons of messages on this board, but what he did is he took it to another level, and it's a masterpiece.
It's deep. I'm when I came in here, I saw it. It was fantastic. It's hard to take it all in.
Yeah, you got to sit here and
A lot
really
of
stare at it.
facets.
I've been it's been here for what, a week now.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what else is beautiful? Where can they find you, Johnny and Danny?
No.
That's
Oh,
right.
You know what else is
I'm
beautiful?
Like a novice here.
Is this
we
tic-
almost forgot something.
Oh boy! Now, for anyone that is just tuning in for the first time, Danny, what exactly are we doing right now?
We are talking about our
tequila? Choice of tequila.
that we have for today.
One
This
tequila.
one here is from LeBron James. If you didn't know.
Say that
So,
again.
This is LeBron James's
he
tequila.
backs this tequila. So
Actually, so this bottle was given to me by Danny Cardozo for Christmas, and I opened it on New Year's, and I have to say, obviously, you can see I didn't drink much of it. It was absolutely incredible. I really enjoyed this tequila. Okay, I know this is going to sound weird, but the first time I took a sip of it, it had almost a soda.
okay.
When it got to my tongue, it was different. It wasn't as smooth as other tequila. It didn't come in thick.
Yep.
It came in a little
see
bit.
that.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't as thick as the vanilla ones or the Reposados and stuff like that. Like it is a Reposado, but it wasn't like the Casamigos where it's a little thicker. This is a